Queen Raja Zarith Sofiah is the new Malaysian King Ibrahim's first and only wife. They have been together for over 40 years and have faced multiple challenges. Her subjects see her as a great queen who has dedicated her life to the people and family. But why did their parents disagree with their marriage? How did she manage to stay the king's only wife when he might have more than one? What other grueling events transpired throughout the difficult year after learning her son's horrible diagnosis? Watch the video to the end to find out. Let's get started. Raja Zarith Sofiah is from a wealthy family, thus she has always had a comfortable life. Born in 1959, she is a member of the royal family of Perak in Malaysia. Her father, Idris Shah II, was a wealthy landowner noted for his promiscuous behavior. He had 8 wives and 14 children. Sofiah was the third child. Her father made every effort to ensure her happiness. The princess had a superb education. After completing primary school in Perak's capital, she was moved to England for further education. She completed her secondary school at Cheltenham College for Women. Later, the girl attended Oxford University and received a Master of Arts in Chinese Studies. She is known as the educated queen throughout Malaysia. In England, Zarith Sofiah realized that women may pursue science, arts, and governance on same footing with men. This significantly altered her point of view. During a social gathering, Prince Ibrahim of the Kingdom of Johor encountered a free and educated girl, who was also noble and conservative. Ibrahim, the crown prince at the time, underwent military training in his home nation and the United States. He was only a year older than Zarith Sofiah, thus they quickly discovered their common language. After a short time, the young people knew they were meant for each other. They approached their parents for permission to marry, but were rejected. Many individuals now argue that the marriage was simply a dynastic one. According to some researchers, the Johor royal dynasty's parents initially rejected their marriage. The Johor royal family had a negative reputation at the time. Ibrahim and his father, Sultan Iskandar, were accused of several major crimes. Sultan Iskandar was charged with manslaughter after shooting a guy outside his private chopper, believing him for a smuggler. Ibrahim, his eldest son, was convicted of shooting a man during a nightclub altercation. They took advantage of royal immunity and received pardon. Zarith Sofiah's uncle, Raja Azlan Shah, who replaced her father on the Perak throne, served as the chief judge in these trials. These terrible incidents may have impacted the relationship between the two reigning houses. Ibrahim and Zarith Sofiah's love tale resembled that of Romeo and Juliet. The couple demonstrated that their union will only benefit the kingdoms of Perak and Johor. In 1982, they were granted permission to marry by the governing family following extensive negotiations. The wedding was celebrated in both kingdoms, and no expense was spared. The older generation of Malaysians recalls these lavish celebrations. Parades of festively decorated cars passed through Kuala Kangsar, the capital of the Sultanate of Perak. Everyone received sweets, and the royal family purchased a record-sized cake. It was so huge that it was transported on top of a car. The ceremony drew attendees from across Southeast Asia, including royalty. To honor the wedding, the newlyweds were featured on stamps and decorative plates. Modern collectors are willing to pay high prices for these artifacts, but they are rarely sold. Zarith Sofiah continued her studies at Oxford following her marriage. She faced incredible events that strengthened her and earned the nation's affection and respect. The royal couple had 6 children, 5 males, and a beautiful daughter. They all had excellent schooling and achieved successful professions in management, business, or sports. The Queen enjoys accompanying her younger sons, Abdul Rahman and Abu Bakr, to races. The boys were successful motor racers representing their home state of Johor, winning international contests. However, Zarith Sofiah's life was not without tragedy. The biggest one concerned a 4th child named Abdul Jalil. He was a brilliant yachtsman and special forces soldier who died with liver cancer at 24 years old. Since the 1990s, Raja Zarith Sofiah has frequently visited hospice patients, elderly ladies, and youngsters with cancer. Her son's terrible condition caught her off guard. No one knew he had cancer, the Queen recalls. He experienced pain in his right shoulder, which was initially misdiagnosed as a muscle strain. When the prince's anguish became severe, he sought medical help and was diagnosed with a horrible condition. The Queen supported her son during his chemotherapy rounds, keeping her emotions and pain from him. The woman who comforted mothers on the oncology ward now needed encouragement herself. Raja Zarith Sofiah was concerned about more than only Jalil's sickness. There were so many activities that year that required all of her energy. She celebrated her eldest son Ismail's wedding, relocated to a new palace, and was crowned Queen of Johor. She also had additional public responsibilities, as a sultan's wife should. In between these significant occurrences, Abdul Jalil got a liver transplant at a top Chinese center. Despite their best efforts, their son's health could not be restored with money. In 2015, the prince died, leaving a tremendous wound in his mother's heart. The Queen shared a heartfelt letter to her son on Facebook. Here are some lines from it. "I have 1,001 memories of you during your last days in this world. I remember one day you closed your eyes and tears ran down your cheeks as you struggled with pain, and I held your left hand and cried, trying not to make a sound. I thought you couldn't see me crying because your eyes were closed. But you knew, and you put your right hand on mine and patted it as if to say, 'Don't cry, Mom. I'm all right.'" Instead of grief and depression, the royal family chose to honor their son's memory by supporting cancer patients. Raja Zarith Sofiah chaired the foundation for an ultra-modern cancer hospital in Johor Bahru, the Sultanate's capital city. Every year, 7,000 Malaysians have treatment there. Zarith Sofiah and her spouse, Sultan Ibrahim, demonstrate an energetic and positive personality through their actions. In January 2024, Zarith Sofiah became the Queen of Malaysia, including Johor. Sultan Ibrahim, her spouse, was voted first among equals by the Malaysian Council of Monarchs to head the state. The coronation occurred on January 31, 2024. Zarith Sofiah had both a happy and sad day. Sultan Idris Shah II died 40 years ago, and his daughter is now the Queen of Malaysia. Zarith Sofiah has consistently supported her husband in the administration of the Sultanate of Johor. She participates in scientific and social activities, as well as beautiful arts. Her passion for art stems from her father. Her paintings have been featured in numerous notable exhibits. The Queen was fluent in 5 languages and published scientific works on linguistics, as well as 4 children's books. Zarith Sofiah was admired by her subjects for her charitable deeds. She assisted tens of thousands of people devastated by the devastating floods. For these and other noble gestures, her followers began to refer to her as the Queen of Hearts. She admits that this is more important to her than her official titles combined. Her parents instilled in her a strong desire to help others. In an interview, she stated that she witnessed her parents preparing for events in orphanages and hospitals. "I was inspired by how they helped others and wanted to emulate their actions." However, her primary goal in life is to support her family and husband. Queen Sofiah and King Ibrahim carefully carried their love throughout their lives. The Queen supported her husband in all his endeavors, and he reciprocated with love for her. Ibrahim never considered taking a second wife, despite Islamic customs allowing it. Let us wish this beautiful pair further success and love. Subscribe to our channel and give us a like if you enjoyed the video. See you soon.